Am I the asshole for not letting my brother's girlfriend stay in my guest room after she made a scene at dinner? Living in the heart of a bustling city, I have a comfortable two-bedroom apartment that I proudly call home. The second bedroom is a cozy guest room, often used by my family when they visit. My brother Alex and I share a close bond, and I was thrilled when he told me he was bringing his new girlfriend, Jenna, to stay for the weekend. It was an opportunity for us to connect, and for me to get to know her better. When Alex asked if they could stay with me, I immediately agreed. Alex has always respected my space, and I trusted his judgment. They arrived on a bright Friday afternoon, and we spent the day exploring the city's vibrant neighborhoods and attractions. Jenna seemed pleasant enough, and I was looking forward to our dinner reservation at a charming Italian restaurant that evening. As we settled into our seats at the restaurant, the ambience was perfect. Soft lighting, gentle music, and delicious food wafting through the air. We chatted about our day, sharing laughs and stories, and everything seemed to be going well. That was until the conversation took an unexpected turn. While waiting for our food, Jenna suddenly shifted the topic to real estate. "You know," she began, "people who rent instead of owning homes are financially irresponsible." I chuckled, assuming it was a joke, but her expression remained serious. She continued, "It's throwing money away every month." I felt a pang of discomfort, but tried to stay calm. "I rent because it gives me flexibility, especially since my job might require me to relocate in the next few years," I explained, hoping to steer the conversation back to neutral ground. But Jenna wasn't finished. "Well, maybe if you stopped spending so much money on eating out, you'd be able to afford a down payment," she remarked condescendingly. Alex's face turned pale, and he shot her a warning glance, but she ignored it. "People like you are part of the reason the economy is so messed up," she added, her voice growing louder. "You don't prioritize home ownership." Her words stung, and I could feel my patience wearing thin. "Jenna, that's quite rude and presumptuous," I snapped back. "My financial choices are none of your business." The rest of the dinner was suffused with tension. Alex tried to smooth things over, but Jenna's comments had already cast a shadow over the evening. We finished our meal in strained silence and returned to my apartment, where I asked Alex to speak with me privately. "Alex, I'm uncomfortable with Jenna staying here after what happened at dinner," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. He looked apologetic, but pleaded with me to reconsider. "She didn't mean it that way. She's just outspoken." I shook my head. "I understand, but she crossed a line. This is my home, and I deserve to feel respected here. You can stay, but Jenna needs to find somewhere else." Our conversation was overheard, and Jenna stormed into the room, her eyes blazing. "You're being overly sensitive and dramatic," she accused. "I didn't mean anything by my comments, and you're taking this way too personally." Alex, caught in the middle, decided to leave with her. As they walked out, I felt a mix of relief and guilt. The weekend didn't turn out as planned, and now Alex was upset with me, saying I overreacted and put him in an awkward position. Days passed, and I reflected on the incident. Was I too harsh? Should I have handled things differently? But each time I revisited that dinner, I felt the same sting of disrespect and condescension from Jenna's words. It wasn't just about the renting comment. It was about how she dismissed my choices and belittled my lifestyle in front of my brother. As the days turned into weeks, the incident lingered in my mind. My parents called, curious about why Alex and Jenna had cut their visit short. I hesitated, but eventually recounted the story. They were supportive and understanding my need for respect in my own home. "You did the right thing," my mother assured me. "No one should make you feel uncomfortable in your own space." Despite their support, I couldn't shake the feeling of regret. I missed my brother, and our relationship felt strained. I tried reaching out and sending texts and voicemails, but his responses were brief and distant. It was clear that Jenna had a strong influence over him, and I feared our bond might never be the same. A few months later, during a family gathering at our parents' house, I finally saw Alex and Jenna again. The atmosphere was tense, and small talk felt forced. Jenna avoided eye contact, and Alex seemed preoccupied. At one point, I pulled him aside and asked if we could talk. "Alex, I miss you. I hate that things are awkward between us," I said, my voice wavering. He sighed, looking torn. "I miss you too, but you hurt Jenna's feelings. She feels like you judged her too quickly." "Judged her?" I asked incredulously. "Alex, she judged me. She insulted my lifestyle choices and refused to back down when I asked her to stop. I had every right to defend myself in my own home." I know, he replied, rubbing his temples. "But she's not used to people standing up to her like that. She's strong-willed, and sometimes she doesn't realize how she comes across." "Alex, I stood up for myself because she crossed a line. I need you to understand that," I said firmly. He nodded slowly. "I get it, I do, but Jenna's important to me, and I want you two to get along." "I want that too," I admitted, "but it has to come from both sides. She needs to respect my boundaries just as much as I need to respect yours." Our conversation ended on a tentative note of understanding. It wasn't a perfect resolution, but it was a start. Over time, Jenna and I slowly began to find common ground. She apologized for her comments, admitting that she can be overly opinionated. I accepted her apology, and we worked towards building a more respectful relationship. The journey wasn't easy, but it taught me valuable lessons about boundaries, respect, and standing up for myself. In the end, I realized that sometimes standing your ground might create temporary rifts, but it's essential for maintaining self-respect and integrity. So, am I the asshole for not letting my brother's girlfriend stay in my guest room after she made a scene at dinner? Maybe. But sometimes, standing up for yourself means making difficult decisions, even if it means straining family ties. Respect and boundaries are essential, and I chose to prioritize mine.